Hey everybody, welcome back. And that you've just seen is a small sampling of the work that needs to happen on the aft coach roof side. There's paint flaking in the back, there's cracks everywhere. We've never really gotten to doing much fixing on that side of the boat yet. That was the whole point of turning the boat around, so that I can start smashing out this section. Well, we have done some repairs. So there's one area where we started by removing rotted out teak. The starboard side, rather the port side, needs to have that done. Each piece that we did in the front and subsequently in the back as well, we'll find varying degrees of repairs that will be needed. I just was able to sand, paint, fair the one section. The forward section of the one area where the teak was has chips of fiberglass coming out, so that's going to need to be reglassed, faired, painted, etc. And then I don't know what the other side looks like. The other side actually looks worse than this side. So the port side looks far worse than the starboard side. Pretty much what we did when we did up front here. So we have to rinse and repeat that. For now, very quickly while I'm here, I'm going to quickly sort out a little bit of light in the corridors, pilot cabin. When I was painting last week or 2 days ago, I noticed it was just getting way too dark and I just needed to set up a temporary thing. So let's do that quick. Alright, that'll do. That is not a permanent solution. I just ran a cable, connected it to some of the older cable and areas that didn't get destroyed in the fire. I'm going to put some crocodile clips on that because I don't want it permanently on. Only when I need to use it, I'll just clip them onto the battery and then I'll use them. And the reason I don't want to do it is because that battery's not in its final place. I don't want to connect them up to the board because I don't trust the original wiring after the fire. I need to run a new main cable through to the aft section of the boat and put a new bus bar and switches and stuff in the engine room. Anyway, it's a whole hoo-ha that I have to do, but at least this way I can just connect it up occasionally when I need it. These lights still work, which is good. This room could use a lot of love, but that's all going to be in the new year. So I'm glad that that is done. Right, one small task out of the way. Right, that brings to a close light solutions for all over the boat. I think that's the last one. We could probably do some stuff way back in the transom, but that's for next year. Hey, I've had a few days off. I'm back on the boat, armed with lights and the ability to see what I'm doing in dark places. I'm beginning by cleaning up this area. I need to work specifically here in the galley. So today's mission is to do just that. Clean up the galley, get the shelving sorted out here on the settee so that I can clean up a bit of the mess. Carolyn's going to join me a little bit later and she's going to help with the vacuuming and wiping off of this area because we need to get in here for peace of mind. I need to be able to like make a cup of coffee and bring some food over if I want to. Spend a weekend if I want, because the other room is livable kind of for now. And there's a bunch of tools here and things that melted. So this is still maybes. This was our maybe pile. after the fire, and so there are things I need to locate in here and see if they're still any good to me, which isn't going to make for a very exciting video. Take things out, wipe it, clean it, look at it, toss it or keep it, rinse and repeat. Let's see how the day goes. I found the bracket. So this handles the cable to the gearbox. And this is what I was looking for, which I found in that mess. That's a win. Right, this is what we were going for. Getting there, I still have to do the sink. But yeah, that has been cleaned up a little bit. I found a ton of goodies. These are my preferred clamps, by the way, for engine. It's not focusing. I found a bunch of things, thank goodness, and sorry for the noise outside. There's a sailing clinic on, and we got like 20 kids on lasers, picos sailing about, which is fantastic. It's great for the holidays. It's holidays here now, so the place is bustling. Yeah, I don't have to go buy certain things now, which is great, but unfortunately I also saw a bunch of things that I have to replace, unfortunately. This was our pile of maybes, like I said earlier, so I just never got to it. Alright, so let's forget about that and let's get back onto more tidying, because now everything looks like this, and I'd like it to look a little bit better. Right, Carolyn has arrived, and the wife has suitably chastised me for the state of upkeep of the boat, which is perfectly reasonable. She's currently dealing with the bits on the outside of the boat, getting the vacuum cleaners sorted, etc. I'm going to deal with all of this. Right, it's not terrible, but there are some stains on here. Was it a good idea to paint this with Interthane? Let's see. The answer is yes. Everything just wipes off nice and neat. Right, so it doesn't look like a lot has happened, but a lot has happened. I have made quite a dent in drawers full of useful things. I've organized painting things. This is resin work stuff. This is interior paints. This is all engine stuff, filters, etc. I found a box full of brand new impellers, so that's a massive win. This is all of the painting stuff, and then over here is all of the resin stuff. There's more over there, and it's all starting to come along nicely. But it is taking a very long time, so Carolyn and I think, are going to go do a lunch now. What say you? Shall we go get some sort of lunch? I'm starving.
Lunch sounds really good right about now.
And this slowly getting organized mess will be here waiting for us when we get back. I have no doubt the cleaning boat ferries don't come along. I think they're on leave. So that's the general state of things on the boat at the moment. It's a massive improvement and we're getting there. We have still to do the V-berth, and the V-berth is quite a big one. As you can see, there's a lot of rubbish in there. We haven't touched the V-berth at all. So as we clean up and make a bit of space, I'm trying to get a table here in the salon so that I can work on things. The big projects for next year that we put on the board obviously is gutting the head, and I'm going to need to have a place to work on the boat and not have to take things off site and run around, so we can make some faster progress there. And all of this is in aid of making faster progress. But I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I'm sorry this week was a bit of a mishmash of just cleaning up, and I see my one camera now that I'm editing, it just wouldn't focus and it kept going off, and that action cam as well isn't working very well. It's also suffered somewhat, so I might have to retire that thing and start looking in the new year for a new one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you just happened to find this thing interesting and you found this channel and you watched this bizarre content of a guy cleaning his boat. Otherwise, leave a comment, leave a like, and I will see you all for the last video of the year next week. And I'm hoping to do a summary or a recap, but because it's where I keep my footage in several drives all over the place, that might be more trouble than it's worth. Otherwise, we'll carry on with cleaning, and I have a bit more painting to do down the corridor and hopefully in that other room. So I'll see you all then. Cheers, guys. Bye.